Hi guys, it's Jolly, and today I'm going to be discussing something pretty significant. So, as you know from the title, I am strongly considering relaxing my natural hair. And just so you know, I've seen girls do videos like this and then it's like, psych, I'm just playing, I ain't relaxing my hair. No, I am not playing at all. I am completely serious. Forgive me if my voice fades out at all. My allergies have absolutely been killing me this year. But I am going to get right into this. Just so that this video is not super duper long, I wrote a little list on my phone of the reasons why I'm considering relaxing and the things I don't like about relaxers to kind of give you guys, you know, an idea of like why I haven't done it already, if I've been thinking about it so much, I guess. Well, first I want to say, in case this happens to be like the first video where you're seeing me or seeing my hair or whatever, my hair is like 4A with just a little bit of 3C like peppered in, I would say. This is actually, I tried a roller set yesterday and I used these size rollers all over my head and hair all over them. And just in the front, like here, 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 and here, I used this size. But yeah, from these size rollers, I got these curls. Now these are slept on. My Instagram picture from yesterday shows the set, you know, the day that I did it. So these are slept on. I put on my silk scarf so that they would all like at least hang down when I woke up, which pretty much worked, I guess. And basically today, I'm just gonna dry twist out. Twist this up dry tonight and have my hair in a dry twist out, which I do all the time from my old curl former set, so I pretty much know how it's gonna come out. And yeah, but I don't know. So what I've been doing is going through all the styles that I want to have seen on my hair before I relax it, because I don't know when or if my hair will be like this again. So why do I want to relax my hair? Let me quickly say that I am going to get into my regimen a little bit here, because oh, natural hair takes too much time sounds kind of, you know, it's not enough information, but, you know, I'm hoping to, let me just tell you, I wish that I had seen some videos talk about stuff like this so I can make a really informed decision about whether or not I wanted to go natural. And so I'm just going to break down what it is that I have a problem with, and it's my regimen and the time it takes, basically. Number one reason is time. It's staggering how much time it takes me to do my hair. From the washing itself to deep conditioning, styling, and drying. I would say a minimum of like 4 hours for the things I just said, because I wash my hair in 4 sections, because if I don't, it tangles up a lot worse. And also, if I use like a shampoo or a cleanser that doesn't require quite as much working in for my hair to feel clean, my hair tends to feel dry, and I use Curl Junkie Daily Fix, and with that, my hair doesn't feel dry and it feels clean, but I have to work it in sections because it's not the most aggressive cleanser, and so I have, you know, what I consider like kind of a lot of hair, a lot compared to what I'm used to, having been relaxed since I was a kid. So it just helps me in a lot of ways for me to section my hair in 4 sections, but it takes more time to get through your hair. So I would say once I hop in the shower or whatever, I'm gonna spend between like the shower and washing all my sections and rinsing out all the sections adequately and stuff, at least like 40 minutes right there, okay? I get out the shower and I have to deep condition. I have to, once a week, because if I don't, my hair is so dry and just ridiculous. So, I will deep condition, you know, leave my hair in the 4 sections is what I do lately, and then I apply to maybe half the section at a time. So like in roughly 8 sections, I add product to my hair. I might even have to re-wet it a little bit to help it glide on or whatever. And all that takes, just getting the deep conditioner into my hair is somewhat a significant amount of time. Like it doesn't take 2 minutes. It's like I have to work it in and stuff. My hair is, I think, lower porosity. So that alone, if I want to be like on the really making sure I don't exaggerate side, 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know. So after that, I sit under the dryer for 30 minutes and let that heat get in. I used to have a microwavable heat cap, a Wonder Cap, and I overheated it. And I really didn't want to buy any other kind of one because I felt like it was pointless to buy one, I guess, because I didn't want it to happen again. So, and also I found that I got better results from keeping the heat on it for the full half hour, whereas when you use a microwavable heat cap, it's going to be more like good heat at first, and then it's going to lose its heat, start losing its heat as soon as you take it out of the microwave or whatever. So anyway, I'm stuck sitting under the dryer for 30 minutes. And even if I could move around, it's like, okay, I might be able to accomplish doing some dishes or something, but like, I can't, you know, do that much. I'm not like completely free. It's like I have conditioner in my hair. So that's another 40 minutes, okay? And then we've got rinsing it out. So I have to get back in the shower. I have to rinse my hair out and I have to style it. If I'm doing a curl formers install, the record time for me for a curl formers install is an hour and a half, I think. An hour and a half to 2 hours is pretty much where I'm at now. If I'm going slow or anything happens, might be 2.5 hours. But so, an hour and a half to 2 hours, we can call it, to install the curl formers, and then we have to dry them. I refuse to sleep on curl formers. I don't even really like keeping them in my head for too long. Like, I would never want to just let them air dry throughout the day because I'm kind of tender-headed, which is another reason that I want to relax, honestly. But it's a lesser reason. But with the curl formers, I don't want to keep them in my hair because, like, they pull your roots kind of tight and stuff, and I like it because it stretches your roots out and helps your style stay throughout the week, and I think it causes less tangling, and it just gives you a really good stretch. But it's not the most comfortable thing that I've ever felt, okay? So I get under the dryer for another hour. Depending on the product, that's not long enough. Like, I was having a great time setting my hair, actually, with using Curl Junkie Curl Rehab as my styler and leave-in and everything in one. But my hair wouldn't dry. Like, I would have these curls right by here that would not dry through, and so, yeah. But if I use the right product, my hair would dry in an hour. So add all that time up, and that's a lot of time, whereas if I were relaxed, what would be my process? First of all, relaxed hair is a lot more porous. When I was relaxed, I never really saw that much of a reason to deep condition my hair. Because, and I think it's partially because relaxed hair is more porous generally than natural hair, because the things that the chemical does to break down the bonds in your hair causes your porosity to increase as well. So I think, you know, I was just good to go with putting on something like a leave-in and moving on with my day. And you know, I'm gonna try deep conditioning, but still, the time it takes really shouldn't compare as much to my time as a natural, because I should be able to, you know, apply the product faster because it's just not such a density of hair, and I should be able to rinse it out in one big section as opposed to 4, and so it's just different. But I didn't even deep condition when I was relaxed before. My hair was fine. And something like a curl former set. A curl former set does not take me long because the curl formers themselves take long to install. Like, let me show you this right now. Here's a curl former hook. Here's a curl former. Bam, it's on the hook already. And then I would just put it on my hair, and it would be on. Like, that takes seconds, okay? And even if you're putting in like 60 of these, like, that's not that long, you know what I'm saying? Let me put this hook down. But it's the detangling. My hair loves to tangle. Even when I wash it in 4 sections, detangling is a bit of a problem. It just takes long. My hair is really, really coily, and it just likes to tangle up. So that's what takes me so long, is detangling my hair in those small sections very thoroughly, so I can put the curl former in and get good results and not have snagging and not have like this crazy, you know, weird looking curl because I didn't detangle it enough. So I have to detangle it really well. So basically, it just takes a really long time to do my hair. It's just really time consuming, guys. And, you know, it really shouldn't be a complete shock that I'm thinking about doing this, because I've mentioned it at least once on my channel. On my 1-year anniversary video, I said that curl formers took away some of the itch for me to relax my hair because I got to see some length, which, you know, I'm used to. I've typically had worn long hair throughout my life, so I like all this shrinkage. I was like, okay, I like how my hair looks, but I want more. Like, that's gonna take forever, you know? And that's not even a main reason why I want to relax anymore, but at the time it was. But I've mentioned the desire to relax on my Instagram, on my, you know, on at least one video. I've mentioned it on my Facebook page. I complain about how long it takes to do my hair to my friends, family, viewers, subscribers, strangers who will listen to me. Like, I complain about it all the time. And, you know, I have an hour commute in the morning, an hour and a half commute on the way home, pretty much. And I'm changing jobs. So at my current job, I've been able to work from home once a week, which has been amazing. But I'm going to be losing that because I'm changing jobs. And to think about doing all of that on my day off, you know, along with all the other commuting and stuff I've done, I don't want to, guys. I just don't want to. You know, a lot of days since I'm working from home, I would install the curl formers and then like work while I was under the dryer and stuff. Ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be my Saturday or my Sunday doing all this hair, and that's just, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So yeah. Yeah, let's move on, I guess. Having a wash day every week. So sometimes people are like, oh, you're having problems with your natural hair, just do this or just do that. Just find a simplified way to do things. I have to deep condition my hair every week. Nothing else like replaces that. I have to stretch my hair, because another thing that I didn't know is that wash and goes would not last for me past a day when I left the TWA phase, the teeny weeny afro phase. Wash and goes only work for 1 day now, and maybe that'll change as I'm able to bun or a pineapple my hair when it's longer or something, but for now, a wash and go only lasts 1 day, and it's gotten to the point where even that I have to take a good 20 minutes just putting gel, sectioning, leaving in gel in my hair, at least. And I know this because I literally did a wash and go 2 days ago. So yeah, but something that I noticed is a lot of other naturals can go longer without washing their hair. My hair, I think my scalp produces like a significant amount of oil, and I am not comfortable past like 7 or 8 days at all. Like, I have to wash my hair. And so that kind of rules me out. That brings me into my next point, which is that I never get a break. Like, I'm not really into protective styling. And like, you know, like when I've complained before, one of my friends on Instagram said to me like, oh no, don't relax your hair, you've come so far, you know, just get a protective style. And she's natural too, but she tends to keep in like, you know, something like either twist or a weave or something. Like, since I have to wash my hair every week, I can't just like go have my hair done and not deal with it, because I'm gonna need to get up under there and wash my hair. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, I don't ever want to get a weave in my life. Like, I have lots of problems with weaves. And I have problems with using hair extensions because I feel like I don't know where the hair came from. And I don't really like the idea of, you know, some of the stories behind like where this hair comes from just bothers me. Like little girls chopping their hair off and just, I don't know. I don't want to go into much of a tangent, but I'm not really into styles with extensions. But even if I were into doing something else, like just getting my own hair braided up or something, it would not last long. And also that would put me back in salons. And if I'm going to go to a salon, I'd rather just go get a relaxer and then come back in a, you know, matter of months and get that done again, and otherwise be able to do my hair at home. Like, if I'm going to be relying on salons, I'd rather just rely on them for relaxers than something where in a week I'm going to feel like I want to take my hair down, but I'm not doing it because I want to get my money's worth or whatever. So, and I'm tender-headed. And all this tangling, sometimes, you know, when it's time to re-moisturize throughout the week, even if I stretch my hair really well, it gets tangled enough sometimes that it just bothers me, like all that pulling apart and all that detangling. Like, it's just a little rough on me. And if you're tender-headed too, I've been tender-headed since I was a little kid. And some people might be like, that's because of perms or something. I don't really care. I am. You know, I've been natural now for 15 months and I'm still, you know, I'm tender-headed, you know. Ever since I can remember, I have been. And so it's serious. Like, nobody wants to be feeling all that, you know. And the last and least significant point now to me is not liking all the shrinkage as far as like not being able to see your length. It's not that I wish I had a looser hair texture because I don't like how my hair looks. I just wish there were more of it and wish it were longer. And I know that that's going to come with time, but it used to bother me for a little while. When I discovered curl formers and these stretching techniques, it wasn't as much of a problem anymore. But what I didn't like, and it'll still be like this in a wash and go sometimes, is like my bangs will come up to like right here or here. Like, I hate short bangs. I need my bangs at least to like come to my eyebrows because I just don't feel like it's flattering on most people to have like these short bangs. I just don't like how that looks. But now that I stretch my hair, that's not as much of an issue anymore. Let's quickly get into my problems with relaxers and what is still giving me a little bit of pause when it comes to me deciding if I want to relax my hair or not. Limp hair. I hate how limp relaxed hair can look, including my own. And I don't have the thickest hair. Like, I don't have a thick, very dense amount of hair. Like, it's like medium. It's not thin and it's not thick. It's like medium. But I wish sometimes there were like more of it, I guess, so that it would look a little bit more voluminous, but I don't know. I mean, my hair can look thin, even natural, let alone relaxed, but yeah. So that's one thing I don't really like. Also, I hate the idea of the potential damage to my scalp over time. You know, and some people have said to me, oh, just straighten it. You don't have to go relax your hair. But I don't really like the idea of using a lot of heat or direct heat. And I think to get my hair completely straight, like I tried a roller set yesterday, I need direct heat to be able to like fully straighten my hair. But I have not used direct heat since I've big chopped like in February of 2013. And I don't want to because I've seen some bad damage from using too much heat on my hair, and I am planning, even if I do relax my hair, to continue to stay away from direct heat, like direct curling irons or flat irons, and just relying on roller sets and stuff like that. And that's not something I would be able to do if I ever wanted to see my hair straight again as a natural. But at the same time, I already have some sections of my hair that are so like a lot looser, and I can imagine that those would be more prone to heat damage and more prone to like straightening out completely. And I don't want heat damage, you know? And that's one of the reasons why I'm staying away from doing something, one of the reasons why I'm staying away from doing something like the Brazilian keratin treatments or whatever. And I have had one in the past, and then I tried to do-it-yourself one before I big chopped, and I did a bunch of mess. And sometimes I look at old pictures of my hair, and you guys might do the same, and you might be like, that doesn't look nice. Like, it looks so much better natural. But I've learned so much that's going to reduce breakage. I am really interested in trying out as much as possible the curly girl method of like no silicones and all that on my relaxed hair. And I've learned so much. Like, just even having a seamless fine tooth comb is like a big deal for me. And I've learned just so much that would apply, you know, that would benefit any type of hair to know. Including relaxed. What else? There was one more thing. Yeah, not into having to go to a salon, but I will say I would be a lot more anxious about the idea of wanting to relax my hair if I didn't have a good stylist. I went to the stylist a couple of times before I decided to big chop. She had nothing to do with my decision to big chop. I've transitioned and, you know, gone natural in the past. This is my third time actually. Of an attempt to, you know, go natural. And I don't know, it had nothing to do with like getting a bad relaxer or anything like that. It was nothing like that. I just decided to try going natural again. But before I did, I found this stylist right by my job. Unfortunately, she's by my current job, so I will have to travel to her if I decide to do this when I get start at my new job. But anyway, she is really good and I trust her. She's very professional, and my relaxers always came out great. She roller set my hair, I don't think I ever had her blow out my hair. I think I was already back on the roller set thing, and it looked awesome. It was so soft and awesome, and yeah. So that's one thing I will not be doing. I will never do an at-home relaxer again, and if I do relax my hair, I'm sure my videos will start discussing relaxers again, so I'll tell you guys more about that if you want to know why. But I am never doing a relaxer at home again, and I wouldn't even let a friend do it or anything like that. You have to be a professional stylist. And I will also never use a boxed no lie perm kit again, relaxer kit again. That's my preference. Some people prefer no lie, but I prefer lie relaxers actually. But I digress. I am not into the idea of going into the salon because it's just, I'm kind of a homebody, and I just prefer to be at home and be able to do everything myself. And I'm like, oh my God, what if she moves, or what if something happens? I kind of like the idea of being natural because I don't have to really rely on anyone. I don't even really like getting my eyebrows done. I was doing them myself for the longest time, and I've just started going to get them done again. But I like doing stuff myself because I guess I'm, you know, always gonna have it myself, you know what I mean? So I'm not really into the idea of going to the salon again, but because of all the reasons that I, you know, said I'm not sure I want to stay natural, I might not have a choice. So I hope I covered everything, and anything important that I didn't cover, I will write in the description box, or I'll leave a link to my blog post about it if that becomes necessary. So because I've been thinking about this so much, I wanted to be honest with you guys about it. I actually made an appointment in the past, a few months back, and I canceled it, so I never mentioned it. But I hope that nobody is disappointed. I know that a lot of my subscribers probably have subscribed to me because I'm natural, and I hope that you are comfortable still asking me questions or considering me a resource, because I will not forget the information that I learned from my time as a natural and doing so much research. And if you're into other beauty things, you know, my channel will still be a good resource for you. I might do a few videos about sharing information about relaxers and my regimen when or if I decide to go through with this. But I'll mostly be focusing on makeup and stuff, I think, because I'm not planning on doing too many different crazy things. It's going to be like roller sets. I already have a roller setting video. I won't be doing the flat ironing my root step anymore because I'm going to be staying away from direct heat. But, you know, I'm still going to be talking about makeup and skincare and all that good stuff. So I hope that I don't lose too many of you guys. But if you guys move on, I understand. And I know some people would say, oh, it's your hair, you don't have to explain what you want to do or whatever. But, you know, as somebody who has put myself out there as, you know, a natural hair YouTuber, I wanted to tell you guys what I'm thinking about. Yeah. So yeah, and I know that some of my subscribers have to be relaxed. So hopefully if I go through with it, you guys will be excited to see a few videos from me about my relaxed hair and, you know, relaxed hair in general. And also, yeah, I know for a fact that some of my relaxers are subscribed. What? Some of my subscribers are relaxed because one of my favorite subscribers is relaxed. What up, MSL? But yeah, so, yeah, I think I've covered everything. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. Just for the record, I actually do completely prefer the look of my natural hair now because I have a very large round face, and it, you know, maybe not today, but like when I wear my favorite style, like when this is in a dry twist out, I just feel like that does so much for my face. But the process it takes to get to that is what's, you know, that's what I can't stand. But yeah, I just love how it's not limp, and I love the idea of my scalp just getting, you know, healthier and healthier and stuff. But yeah, I might just have to return to relaxers and hope for the best. Yeah, I also almost forgot to say that I don't regret doing the big chop at all. It's funny because now that I'm thinking about relaxing again, I actually regret my big chop less than, you know, in the past. Like, there's been times in the past where I've regret doing it because I'm like, oh, it's so short and blah, 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 blah. I never really talked about it, and I meant to record a video about it. I just never got around to it. But, looking back, I realized that my hair was in such a bad state from what I had done over the years. Like, I had used too much direct heat. I did a do-it-yourself keratin treatment from follica.com. I did a keratin treatment over a relaxer, which I don't think is that great. I used to do my own relaxers, and then I took the same hair and put it through, you know, lye relaxers from the salon, and I had done so much stuff that I actually don't regret my stint as a natural at all, because I learned so much good information, and I've been able to grow out really healthy hair, and I'll be going into this with a head full of healthy hair. And I've learned the benefits of stretching your relaxers so that you don't overlap the chemicals on your previously relaxed hair, and I've just learned so much. And also, I'm really excited to try curl formers on my relaxed hair, both sizes. Yeah, I'm hoping that the extra wide ones can give me something like a roller set. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, and I just had no idea. I think until you go through something, you just don't know. And I transitioned for 6 months in 2011, but I was straightening my hair the whole time, so it was just different. And in 2007, when I transitioned for about a year, and I had my sister snip off my relaxed ends, I was just wetting it and putting it in a bun like every single day. And then I finally got to the point where I was like, I'm tired of not wearing my hair down, so I went and got a relaxer. I was like 19, and I wasn't that worried about it. Like, I don't remember having a whole internal struggle about it like I did this time. And it probably is partially because I've, you know, gone YouTube public with relaxing my hair, with going natural, and I did the big chop and all this stuff. But yeah. And then, like, people's comments can be so annoying. Like, when I big chopped, I was called bald, I was called this, I was called that, and none of it, it got on my nerves that people would be so rude. Like, who doesn't know a woman's hair is a sensitive topic? And then, like, one of the people who called me bald, they were both black, actually. Like, it was a black woman and a black man who did that at my job. And that's why one of the things that I'm waiting on is I'm switching jobs soon, and I might just wait until after I start the new job or the weekend before I start the new job or something to do my hair, because if I can avoid it, I'd rather not hear all the comments again, because I just rather not, you know. I'm not gonna let that make me, you know, keep my natural hair and go through this struggle every week longer than I want to. But I'm waiting on my date for my new job, and if it's not too far away, I might just wait and do that, because people can be really freaking annoying, guys, and comment on things that are not their business, you know. So yeah. So I'm kind of waiting on seeing if I can get away with timing it in a way with the new job or whatever. And also, the other reason that I haven't relaxed yet is because I just want to make sure that I get through all the styles that I want to try. Like, I've never tried 3-strand twists. I wanted to revisit a roller set, so I knocked that out. I want to retry extra wide curl formers on my natural hair, because I think that that'll help me get through it a little faster, because you can take much bigger sections with these than you can with these. So that might help my install go a little faster, because you're detangling not as tiny sections. You don't have to be completely, like, perfect and get everything out. I don't know, I just think it'll go a little faster. But I pretty much know how my curl former sets look, so that's like, I don't know. But I knocked out revisiting my wash and go, and I knocked out this roller set. So really now it's only there's 3-strand twists, the 3-strand twist out that I want to try. Oh, something else that I want to say that is annoying is, like, that it takes your hair so long to set. So one of the things about curl formers, it takes a really long time to do that initial install. But once it's done and you sit under your dryer or whatever, you're ready to go. And I'm not crazy about how they look on the first day. I prefer to do a dry twist out with the results of that set, or a set a day later or whenever. And I love how the dry twist out looks with that stretch or whatever. But I really don't, I mean, it's okay, like the little perfect curls look or whatever, but I feel like it's kind of like not voluminous enough with my big old round face, but whatever. But at least it's ready to wear. Like, I don't like how long wet set like braid outs and twist outs take to dry. I need to give my hair like 24 hours for them to dry. And I don't know. Like, I don't know how long you would have to sit under the dryer to like dry a braid out. But my eyes and scalp get really dry sitting under the dryer too long, so I try to keep it at an hour. Yeah. And sometimes like I'll dry under there to speed it. Like one time I was going somewhere in the morning. I think I had in like a braid out, and I sat on the dryer for an hour, and then I slept overnight. And it was dry in the morning, but to have to do both is like crazy. And I don't think it wasn't dry after just the hour. Like, it wouldn't have been dry in the middle of those braids, you know? And that's just such a long time to like not be able to wear your hair down. Like when I'm the kind of person, like when I'm in the house and it's just like me and my husband, I still like to look cute. And so sitting there with like Sealy braids in all the time, like it's just a bit much. And then I really don't like how much I have to do to my hair in between. Like my hair will get really like tangled and dry and stuff if I don't re-moisturize it after a few days or a couple of days or something. And it feels a lot less dry when I stretch it and I do a curl formers install. And it might be just because I add so much product to each section before I get it into that curl former. It might be the stretch, whatever. But I still end up having to do something within a few days, and it takes time. Like after that whole process of the curl formers, if I want to do a dry twist out, I have to do it that night, or I have to wear like janky looking slept on curls the next day. Or sometimes what I'll do, if I like do my curl former set on a Friday and then my husband's working Saturday, I'll like wake up at like, I don't know, 9 a.m. and then let them set. I like to let them set. I'll like do my dry twist out. So that takes like another half hour. And then I'll let them set for like 4 hours or something and let them out and go about my day. And that's my favorite look, but it's just kind of a lot. And, you know, I was watching a video earlier, and I'll put the channel name here because I forget her name already. But, I don't know. She was talking about texturizers. I'm not texturizing, but I don't know. I just decided to watch the video. And it was actually a really good video, informative video about texturizers. But she said somewhere in the video that the reason she stopped being a natural and decided to go to texturizers was because she feels like, you know, if your natural hair is interfering with things you enjoy in your life, it might not be working for you. And I definitely feel like it's impinging on my time too much. My husband works this ridiculous job right now where he is not uncommon for him to work 60 or more hours a week. He never works less than like mid-50s a week. He often works 6 days straight. He has 13-hour shifts. He has all this craziness going on. And it's crazy when your husband works 13-hour shifts, but your hair takes so much time to do that unless you were to wake up really early on your day off, you cannot squeeze in. You can't always squeeze in your whole weekly hair process sometimes before he gets home. Like there have been times when he gets home and I'm still doing my hair, and that's really frustrating because we don't get a lot of time together. So that's not cool, you know, and that alone is enough of a reason for me to nix it. So I hope you guys got something out of this, and I guess that's all I want to say. As usual, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.